Two of the best teams in the world, defending world champions Invictus Gaming and SKT, the historical best team of all time, piloted still by Faker in the mid lane, the best player of all time, and no one would ever dispute you on that. And level 1 already spicy, but the hook not yet going to land. There might be a re-engage already, a stun, and the fight has continued.
We're doing it!
Damage output, Rookie's already dead. Clint finds the first. They're traded back. Some adoration for Draven, but the fight might continue as Ning's got to run away. Some damage out towards Battleland, the flash over, and the flash over for another one. As TP rejoins the fight, and Rookie is back in action.
Teleport already used. You can tell these players are on the edges of their seats. IG tries to check the bush, but here they go again. They get the snare.
He's on the edge of his life now as well, down to 300, flashing back to his mid lane, and this game is not disappointing.
Guess what? Draven got the kill for Invictus Gaming. Meanwhile, Clid on the Lee Sin gets SK Telecom's early gold. I honestly think that both teams are kind of happy with where that money went.
And the reason why IG keep this up, we'll get to that though, we'll focus on the start. The blind hook misses, and then the double dazzle heralds the first blood. It goes the way of SKT, but Sona in the meanwhile is just so brittle at level 1.
Yep, flash used as well, so Teddy will not have either summoner, nor will Nautilus on the bottom side. Then both Faker and Balon switching spots there.
So the reason why IG keeps on the invade is they want to take over the bot side of the map. There's vertical jungling where Sona and Taric don't have their jungler bot side with summoners down. That means that Draven can do things like this.
No items purchased for either Lee Sin or Draven, but Battleline playing aggressively in the bottom side does go in for that hook. They're really trying to take advantage of this matchup.
Oh, stun's down for Faker to land the stun though for Ning is plenty of damage in a Rune Prison, and Ning claps back the mid lane.
And that's the extended benefit. They invade the blue side jungle. They know that SKT has no idea when Ning kicks it off, and Ning kicks it off with another gank.
And that is the exact reason he's got the skin he's using now. Ning, the level 2 red buff into gank, targeting Faker. Greatest player of all time, down.
We got a moment to breathe, but not much more than that, as there's already a fight in the jungle. Clip drops a bit low as well, takes plenty of damage to the hands of Ning. Can't go get the kill, but puts in a 200 HP and forces an early recall out of Lee Sin. Now stuck inside no man's land. I don't know if this dive's gonna be easy. Aftershock should be available. Baolan can pull aggro, and he's gonna look in for Teddy. Plenty of damage there. Draven free hitting. Here comes Clint though. Looks to answer one back. The health bar's low. Clint does indeed knock down Ning, but Draven finds yet another. It's 2 kills to 1. Invictus winning yet another fight, and Mata a bit alone, but the health bar is so low, it's just an auto attack, and then out goes IG.
Yeah, Jackie Love and Battleline, I think they're a little bit too low to finish off a continued dive there, but the objective is completed. They take him down, and now mid lane Faker again!
Faker, a Q would kill him! Oh, he's gonna get up and walk away from this one. The turret was gonna push back Rookie, but this game is still fighting constantly. 1100 gold puts IG ahead.
And this is why it's so bold to pick Sona Taric, a lane that can't brawl early, against IG, the early game powerhouses. We watched the replay here. They hit the stun, but Clid does stick around.
Yeah, he's gonna try and come down, does get the extra kill there. Jackie Love flashes for the second kill there on Draven, cashes in a tiny bit more. I don't think he's been catching that many axes in the meantime, but the bigger reward, double buffs down there in the bottom side against no flash Sona, no flash Taric.
And I want to draw the viewers' attention to an important piece of information that may have gone missed. There's never been a Sona Taric game played professionally with a Korean team in it. There was no games in the promotion tournament, no games in the final, and the word was that even in scrims, Korean teams weren't playing Sona Taric, so the first look we see is SKT locking it in against IG. Definitely give yourselves a handicap in the early game, and IG already super bloodthirsty.
BF sword at 4 minutes makes for good laning phases right now. And keep in mind, in a matchup like this with Sona Taric, you track the 80 carry on the one side, Jackie Love, for support on the other. And another stun now on towards Faker. The friends have arrived. He does not have a good way out. And Camp Faker, population 3. As another kill comes through, a 30 CS Aurelia is dead.
Yeah, I mean, you understand why the Sona Taric would want to leave that lane, but Baolan also says, you know what? I can roam as well. He didn't even have that much impact here. It's Ning again. again on his signature Camille. Goes in, camping mid, gets the stun onto Faker. JackeyLove has pushed up the bottom lane in the meantime.
And they're finding yet another entrance. Got more kills and assists than minutes in the game. And now number 6. And they give it over to JackeyLove on a killing spree 5 minutes in. They are slaughtering through the jungle matchup.
There's nowhere safe for Sona and Tarek to go. They're in proxy between minion waves as they try to get there. JackeyLove gonna get free time on the bot side. A couple of shops later, Sona hasn't even upgraded her GP10 item.
I gotta say, a lot of junglers stopped using Camille after the nerfs. Like you admittedly said, we're mostly targeted at farming. Ning is not farming jungle monsters. Ning is farming champions, constantly getting these engages, landing the stuns for his teammates, and now IG set up for tremendous success only 5.5 minutes into the game.
More kills than minutes, always a great sign for an LPL team, and IG firing on all cylinders. The Shy maybe not going to be a major factor in this one. Maybe the best player in the world.
Free.
He's not as important. Yeah, poor bot lane for SKT. It's level 5 and 4 versus 4 and 3. They've got an XP lead. They've got Ning coming by for round number 4 down here. You got to be careful if you're Mata and Teddy. Faker now laning bot lane just to make sure they can get 2 CS. As Mata has found number 11. He was on 10 2 minutes ago.
And it's just that. Faker being there doesn't even allow them any safety. The tower's still going to go down. IG are not only going to get those mid plates, but also in the mid lane, Rookie has been able to push up those minions, and Clid was the only one left to defend. He can't stop the rise pressure either. This is absolute domination from the defending world champions.
There's 4 control wards on the bot side. That's why you have to take the longest way around. It's a trios lane in the bot lane, not a duo lane, whether it's jungler or Faker rotating through, but it doesn't change anything. Bot lane win is inevitable, and the timer on Teddy and Mata having their items together is so far away. Mata, as you say, the champion picking up CS, he's been on 11 for a couple of minutes.
This is one of those games where the top laners are both like, question mark, what's going on, guys? They don't have too much to say about this game, just farming on the top side. Meanwhile, IG just completely sweeping the map on the bottom.
And coming into the tournament, people called Teddy and Mata maybe the best bot lane in the world. And right now, they are being handily dismantled by JackeyLove Baolan and, of course, these roams from Ning. Now, yes, the first blood came through very early on, or at least the Adoration first kill during level 1, but didn't shop with that. It was several kills in that he got his BF.
Party time!
More partying towards Faker, gonna find himself a stun and a flash over the wall, nearly anchor tossed anyway, and Ning flashing for it regardless. They're gonna have the root, they're gonna have plenty of damage, but you've got Clid here, gonna find some damage, but not enough as another kill comes in at 7-2, 100% KP for Ning. Now a fight in the top lane, trading, slicing maelstroms, but the Shy getting the better of that trade.
Yep, Baolan gonna take a visit as well, comes over in wards, but Khan will be able to slip out. And once again, Ning flashing for it this time around, forces the engage onto Faker, and they get the kill once again.
There's over a 5,000 gold lead, and we're 8 minutes in the game. IG is threatening to just roll over the top of them before the turret plates go down.
1,900 gold on either bot laner there, less than everyone else in this game. SKT as Clid actually should be able to... Yeah, Ning seems to come out, not going to find the ward up into the queue, so he's going to stay alive on this one. As an Ocean Drake makes the landing phase even easier for an IG that's already ahead. Now Baolan found out, does have a level deficit here, finds the Aftershock, nice kick, puts him right in the face of Khan, but the damage could be a little bit high. Look at how low this poor Silas is. The anchor toss, if it's up in a second, I'm not gonna have it just yet. Dredgeline won't find a target, but now Rookie walking through a ward. He's spotted over here as the bot lane keeps pushing in. Faker could look for a bit of a battle against JackeyLove despite his level deficit. Doesn't have nearly as many items. Bloodthirster completed makes that pretty easy.
Yeah, that's actually insane. Level 7 Draven with Bloodthirster on top side though.
What you doing, boy?
4v3, not gonna find the stun. Teddy flashing over the wall, gets a bit of damage, but no. Even with better numbers, SKT can't find that fight at all.
Yeah, it's gonna be completely in IG's favor. Bottom side, the Draven just abusing Faker here.
Got a full Bloodthirster. He can just sustain through any all-in attempts from Faker. The lane assignments here are so flexible, but for SKT, they're just desperately trying to find any sense of equality around the map.
It's gonna be hard to do. This turret now down about half HP. A single trinket ward keeps him pretty safe, but I think they saw Teddy coming down with that control ward, and oh, we've got a quick intermission here. Invictus Gaming just slaughtering. We're not even 10 minutes in, and it's 19K to 13.5.
I still think it's just so cool that Ning is doing this back on the Camille, that Riot devs themselves made an effort to remove from the jungle and make purely a top lane champion, but he's going to say, this is still my champion, and he's going to make it work in such a snowbally fashion. Remember that Camille doesn't have a lot of fallback patterns now in the jungle. If it doesn't look like this and snowball very effectively ahead, you don't land those stuns, then you can get punished so heavily for this. So it definitely does take a lot of confidence to be able to do something like
It's
that.
almost like a roam pick rather than a purely jungle pick, because the clear of the jungle was irrelevant, very secondary consideration in this game. It was purely to punish what Sona and Taric represent. Very much a white flag in the early game. We're farming out in our awkward fashion with melee range Taric and Sona stacking up the Spellface in that fashion that she does, poking around. That never could happen this game. They were proxied off minion waves for so long. And yes, it really only works for some, but when you have a game plan with Camille, her gank threat at level 2 onwards is undeniable.
Definitely very strong. Of course, talking about those changes to Camille from way back when, it was removing the stun onto jungle monsters, somewhat regionally gained some base attack speed to keep her clear a little bit better, to soften that slightly, but as you mentioned, very few players are playing the champion.
And that basic attack speed that was given back was actually nerfed previously to that during the original nerfs as well, so it wasn't like an extra bunch of power added on.
Regardless, you can see here it was a pause on, it looks like for Mata, it was definitely SKT's side, talking with the refs, getting translation and seeing exactly what's going on here with this. Hopefully doesn't take too much longer, but when we have a further update, that will be delivered to you. The plan for IG, even though the Shy maybe has a run for best player in the world overall right now, maybe even above Rookie, above Faker, above all these other players, this game is very clearly not about him anymore. They saw that Taric pickup at the end of that first phase of the draft. They said, okay, this game is about bottom lane right now. Pick up the Draven, pick up the Nautilus. Round 2, we'll pick up that Camille, and we're going to kill those champions.
Yeah, I would say top lane is the only lane that this game is not about, because mid lane also dominating here. It was the level 2 gank towards mid with the Rise Rune Prison that started everything off.
And lanes in general are so flexible right now because Sona Taric aren't going bot anytime soon. They need somewhere, a short lane, a safe lane. They need some ward coverage, and they couldn't find that in the bot lane from very, very early. It feels like we should pat ourselves on the back. We said watch bot side, and there's been just a huge amount of kills there. You can see the end result with the pause at 934. We're looking at around 5,500 gold lead. I just want to keep the pedal to the metal. They want to keep going. It's a big shop already. I believe Warrior Enchant's already done for the Camille. They want to just continue to bulldoze through.
And guess what? With this much money, you can buy a very nice car to keep that pedal to the metal.
Say a very nice bulldozer, honestly. You talk about that one. They've got, an upgraded engine and all the spoilers tagged on it as well. You mentioned the aggression coming out here, and I want to kind of commend Ning's sort of adaptation. Yes, the plan was probably coming in about bot lane, but Faker burned Flash during the level 1. They knew he was a target up until 7 minutes into the game, so as long as you have Rune Prison by level 2, walks over there is no way out for the Aurelia, who's missing a Flash and is going to get Rune Prison into Camille stun into taking 700 damage.
If you think about a game where lots of summoners are down level 1, Flashes in particular, and you think, who are champions that can punish that? Camille is the number 1. And as we explained, the flow-on effect of that early brawl was there's no deep vision on either side. No one knew Camille where she would start, and she knew all the lanes that were set up for her to punish. So there was actually the level 1 brawl. With the first blood, you might be baited into thinking, okay, SKT, a bit of gold onto some of their scalers, they'll get there easier. No, the immediate impact was punished, and by the 5-minute flash cooldowns later, a lot of this game was already won by IG.
Yeah, it was actually the perfect level 1 with mid and bottoms flashes being used early. Easy target. He did such a good job, though, of also finding Clid in the jungle to harass him out first, so there wasn't any sort of turnaround. And that has brought us to this 9.5-minute mark, where now we're sitting in a situation where Invictus Gaming, undefeated currently, and the huge lead over SKT means that, as people predicted, this is 100% the team to beat at the tournament. The defending world champions absolutely dominating.
I mean, we have the benefit of a pause screen that actually has the items at the moment on. And so at 9:34, as we noted already in the trades, Draven has a Bloodthirster and boots. For comparison, Khan, who's been happily farming, has a Ruby Crystal, boots, and a Dark Seal. Compared to a finished Bloodthirster on the enemy 80 carry, he's the only person above 100 CS as well, is the Draven. Like right now, this game state, you want to just take a picture of it and remember it, because there'll probably never be a game quite like SKT versus IG in this best of one.
It's going to be unlikely to find something this good this early on. Either way, while league officials are investigating the issue on stage, we're going to check in with the analysts as we take a look at a replay of this kill in the bottom lane. You can see plenty of damage in, and even if you didn't have any summoners up, of course, those were also burned.
Thank you very much, Freak. I believe that's the replay we'll be looking at a little bit later. I'm Quickshot, joined here by Raz and Azael. We were getting ourselves ready for MSI cooldown before the technical pause came in, and while the officials are taking a look at the PC, we can chat about the first 10 minutes of gameplay. Invictus Gaming, 5,500 gold up. They're just styling on SKT and Azael, like... You know, this is just IG making a statement.
Yeah, I mean, they said you're never going to see another game like this. My old FlexU team ran into TSM one time. It looked a little bit like that, you know? We got stomped pretty hard too, but I think it's just insane how dominant IG are looking. And when you compare how they were playing here to how they played in playoffs and how they played in knockouts at the world stages, it almost just feels like they're just having fun. Like they are not always playing the cleanest of games. They're willing to take every single fight, but they're dominating despite it. No matter how messy these games get, they still seem to be taking control. I mean, there are things where I just don't think Rookie would be doing it if he was really taking it, you know, the most serious, the most hardcore play to win. Like level 1, they get the first blood, he dies, he TP's back in while it's still level 1. What are you going to do in that fight? You're not even going to be able to rejoin. And then against TL, when he's TPing in on the Akali at 30% health with no ult and trying to kill Doublelift.
Thing is, though, I am hearing the players are busy going through ready checks. So, Raz, like, are you surprised by this bravado that Invictus are showing? They are 3-0 up, and they're still winning games despite the haphazard calls.
Oh, not at all. Like, best of ones, you learn the most off of that as well. And they're the type of players that they are so confident in their own capabilities. When they see Sona Tark, we haven't seen Sona Tark at all in the LPL. Like, while the rest of the world are going for it, in the LPL, we have our options like the Leona and the bot side of the map. This time around, you're going up against IG, and you have a Draven one trick of the past. It's like, why not, right? So, especially off of that level 1 where Draven gets that first kill, they just look for the immediate dive in the bottom side of the map because the Camille was ready for that.
I guess the thing that I want to point out is that, yes, I agree that the decisions they're making are unequivocally bad. However...
So at times, only...
At times, like, you know, like you said, teleporting in at level 1 after you've died, or TPing in to chase Doublelift when you have 30% HP with no ultimate. Those are bad calls.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, when you step back, when they are undefeated in the group and they're still winning the games, like, how much pressure do we put there, Azael?
I mean, I just think they have so much confidence that they can play their way out of any situation, essentially, right? They have so many individually talented players that they are willing to take fights in these scenarios.
Azael, they are willing to take fights. We're going to head back to the casters as we're back in game.
Thank you very much, analysts, for buying time for us. We had apparently a quick freeze on Mata's computer. League officials decided that did not affect the flow of gameplay, so they play through despite that happening. And we are, of course, now back onto the Rift here. And if you're just joining us, you missed an exciting first 10 minutes. Invictus Gaming came out swinging. Technically, SKT did get first blood, but IG answered back hard with kills in the mid lane, kills in the bottom lane, and a 9-minute bloodthirster on a Draven.
Yeah, honestly, it was ridiculous. The bottom turret also taken pre-10 minutes there by Invictus Gaming. Every single plate going to the Draven. We saw him almost threatening to dive Faker's Aurelia under the tier 2 pre-9 minutes.
I got good news. The almost are now definites because he added another BF sword on his next back. So at this point, you play internal mind games like how many whirling axes kill a Sona? Probably 2 or 3. This is insanely strong Draven, and while we've talked about the scaling of SKT's comp, when you have this much of an interrupt on specifically Sona and Tarek, who kind of have to get the game flow in their hands, it may never happen in this game, and it feels like the scaling is almost a point not worth discussing.
Nowhere is safe, really. You always have to worry about the long range of the Camille engage, and that stun duration is long enough for either the Draven or the Ryze to 100% to 0 any member of SK Telecom.
I ran the math, by the way. It would take 4 auto attacks. 4 empowered auto attacks. If Teddy didn't have armor, it would only be 2. But he's got 62 armor. It would just barely take 4 until more scaling comes in.
It's the little victories, I guess.
You'll survive 3 if you're full health. So Teddy, you got him. Knock him dead, buddy. Still, of course, an incredible start for IG. 6,500 gold up. Look at the leads right here. The Sight Stones starting to be completed pretty soon. And we can see now, as the rotation comes into mid lane, who's going to defend this turret? They're going to try, but they've got to be afraid.
We can call it defense technically, as they're trying to kill the minions, but JackeyLove still getting the auto attacks on the turret.
Yep. Presses W, Bloodrush gets away from the stun, and the autos keep coming in. 227 attack damage on him. Just chunks these things down.
When we moused over the gold totals, there's a 4,800 gold lead just on the duo lane of the two teams.
I want to actually track this speed run because this could be the fastest game of an international tournament, and it's between SK Telecom and Invictus Gaming. It's actually insane. There's an Infernal Drake that is coming to speed this game along even more. Currently, they're running straight down mid with the Rift Herald, though, and they're not stopping.
Looking at an inhibitor at 22 minutes. I have seen an SKT versus China game with inhibitors dying this early. It was SKT's first World Championship. Now looking around two. Rookie flashing away. Terraculty is on there, invulnerable, but is there any damage to be had? The Shy builds some space in the backline, and a single kill does come through, but it's answered by Draven. Looks for number two, gets it onto him as well. It's a 2-for-2 fight overall. SKT get a couple of bits of gold here, but they were champions with only assists. They're not shut down. That's going to be a dead inhibitor at 13 minutes in with a 5-kill Draven just rolling in adoration and rolling in money.
Yeah, nice to see SK Telecom with some fight left in them, but there's just too much gold on the side of Invictus Gaming for them to win that fight. In the end, the inhibitor does go down 13 minutes into this game, and they can retreat to that Infernal Drake.
SKT tries to make it about 5v5, but IG No protects the VIP. If JackeyLove is free autoing and unimpeded, impossible to see them losing anything resembling a fight. They can even follow their control ward line down to the Infernal Drake spawn.
Well, SKT at least get to far mid lane. It's going to be hard to keep sieging through there, but IG can, of course, keep the pressure on. We can watch that fight. This TP flank results in a 2-for-2.
All right, Faker flanking around on the bottom side, does go for Rookie. Him and Clid are able to get it with the knock up there very nicely. And he honestly almost gets Ning as well, but Balon's there able to peel, and JackeyLove has the axe in the air.
2-for-2 is way more than you'd expect with the gold lead that IG had put together. But JackeyLove takes the kill. They still get the objective they were setting up for in the mid lane inhibitor, and also backing away to the Infernal Drake. Mercurial Scimitar and another BS sword is completed. That's more lifesteal and even some more ability to persist through the fights. I see a hand signal there, Freak.
We're down to 3 auto attacks.
Oh,
800 damage per Q for JackeyLove. He does a lot. Sorry, 600 damage per auto attack. It is a lot of damage here. And Teddy, that's 3 autos and he's dead. So you've got to really respect this. Even Faker won't last too long either. As you can see, IG keep the pressure on. Mid will push by itself. Bot tier 2, the target.
It's not like there are only squishies as well on Invictus Gaming. They've got plenty of crowd control that they can use to protect JackeyLove. So this makes SK Telecom's job so difficult, and why they had to get that really good flank from Faker in order to even get some kills in that mid lane fight.
And scenarios like this are actually more tricky than you might realize at home, because at 14 minutes, who can deal with super minions pushing into the base? That's something that you don't normally have to think about. So they're holding on to those minions pushing in mid, and they're trying to take a second inhibitor already.
Looking at the kick flash, puts them back over. They get the stun. They get a lot of damage. It's a single kill on the one side. Traded back now as Rookie dies yet again, but the rest of the squad could keep pushing. A good stun for Faker, though. Gets back out, buys some time. Will they find more and they're re-engaged? They've still got the cannon coming around the map. There's 4v3. They will push forward, and JackeyLove just lifesteal takes the entirety of SKT. Finds himself the second kill. Gets number 3 as well, and now look, 1, 2, and you know number 3 is gonna kill him, but he's chasing for a little bit more. There it is, the triple kill and as many auto attacks. 13-5 on 2 Nexus turret.
And we're 16 minutes into this game. Invictus Gaming are going to finish it.
Not since Bangkok Titans got crushed 4 years ago. Invictus Gaming smashed the world record. They smash SKT, and IG are 4-0.